Loretta, and I'm in 8th grade.
I am Miss Bateman. I am a 6th grade ELA teacher.
My name is Kalasia. I'm in 8th grade.
What Black history figure inspires you and why?
Okay, so that's a hard one, but I will say there are two. Like famous-wise, I'd say Zora Neale Hurston. She's one of my favorite authors, and I love her stories, and she is an excellent writer, and she actually ended up, doing different types of work where she would travel and she would get pictures and do research on people, so I just love that. She was so dynamic and that she did so many different things. And then on a personal note, I'd say one of the teachers that I did not grow up having a lot of Black teachers, so it was really cool to have a Black teacher who looked like me, even though it wasn't college. Like, it was still cool to see that I had a Black professor.
What does Black History Month mean to you?
I think it means celebration. I think also it means a time of reflection. I feel like a lot of times people think it's just this time where we talk about slavery and segregation and then we're done. But they don't realize that it's a whole story that's being told, from how did we get here and what were we doing when we were here and now where are we going. And I think it's worth learning and celebrating because, we're awesome and we came from so much, and I don't know, Black is beautiful, baby. I'm not trying to be silenced by that. So, yeah.
How do you feel Worthington City Schools embrace children of color?
I think we are making space for kids to be heard. There's definitely, obviously, room to grow. There's always room to grow. But I think, especially at Worthington City Schools, we are pushing, and that's whether that be on making sure we have representation in staff, or we are giving students the opportunity to do orgs and clubs where they are feeling like there's a safe space. And I also feel like, especially here at Worthing Way, Mr. Kellenberger and Mrs. Jinks do an excellent job of letting kids have and use their voice. So I'm excited about where we're going. Again, there's growth, but I think especially for me as a Black teacher, I'm doing my best to make sure I see our students of color, because I know sometimes you come in and you don't see many people who look like you. So you want to make sure that, they're feeling loved, they're feeling heard, and they're feeling like they have a space to be who they are.
How do you contribute to Black History Month?
I think I contribute to Black History Month by simply existing. I think, just because I am Black and I choose to celebrate and actively talk and learn, I am part of the people who are like sharing stories and making sure that we're not leaving parts of history untold. I think also there's so much more left for me to do. I'm only so young. So I think there's some more that I will be able to do, hopefully down the road, where I do make like these great strides. But I think right now, just being a teacher who is authentically me, authentically Black, and not backing away from shying away from talking about what it means to be Black, I think that contributes to the conversation and the whole month of celebrating. And then also just like, with my own family, like, we are literally exuding Black joy and being who we are. So I think that is all part of Black history. You don't got to be doing these like grand things per se, but like rather celebrating who you are and your heritage and where you come from.
How do you feel that Black History Month is the shortest month?
I don't think Black History Month should be even a month. It should be the whole year. It should be every day, because it's history. Like, we don't say, oh, we only talk about history in April. Like, no, we talk about it every single day. So, I mean, I understand why it was February. I know the history of it, but personally, Black history is American history. It's global history. So to say that it's just in February, I know that's just a marker, but it's definitely conversations we should be having every day, at any time, and not shying away from the conversation. It's history. Let's learn from it so then we don't make the same mistakes. If we're like, when we think about, oh, segregation and slavery, like, let's talk about those so then we know where we're going, but then let's celebrate where we have been so we don't think it's just a month of sadness and, so cool.
Thank you for taking time out of your day to answer a question.
Of course, it's my pleasure. I loved it.